In this video, I will show you exactly how to install custom indicators on both MT4 and MT5 step by step the clean and correct way. Before we start, one very important thing you have to know is that MT4 and MT5 indicators are not interchangeable. So make sure that you have the correct version. For MT4, the file extension is .mq4 or .es4. While for MT5 is .nq5 or .es5. So before we begin, make sure that you have your indicator ready. For this video, I have two versions of this indicator for MT5 and MT4. So we are going to be installing on both platforms. If the indicator that you downloaded is in a zip file, unzip it first before installation. So I'm going to unzip this, then extract all, then it's extracted. Once you've extracted it from the zip file, you can copy it. So I'll copy. Now we are ready to move to the next step. So just minimize these windows. The next step is to add it to our MT4 platform. The installation process is all about adding it to the platform. So the first thing you need to do is to go to File, like here, File. You go to Open Data Folder. Then here you have MQL4. This is where you'll be installing this indicator. So open. Inside MQL4 folder, you have indicators. This is the right place to put your indicator in. If you put it in any folder here, it will not show up in the indicator list. So you open. One important tip is always create a folder where you will have your custom indicators, stored. For I have a folder I have created called my indicators. So open it, then inside here, you can now paste your indicator. Once you paste it here, the installation is complete. The next step is for you to activate it on the platform and add it on your chart. So once we are done now, we'll close this window. Then to activate it and add it to the chart, first you need to open your navigator. If your navigator panel or tab is not showing, open your navigator. You can do that by going to View. You go to View, Navigator. Then your navigator window is open. Now go and locate that folder you added your indicator in, which is this. Now, if you notice, the indicator we've added is not among the list here. That's because we've not activated it on this chart, on this platform. So to do that, we need to right click and refresh. So now it's here. So there are two ways you can activate it. Either you refresh or you close your MT4 and reopen it. So if you refresh it and it didn't work, close and reopen the MT4. So once we are done here, the next thing is to add it to the chart. There are two ways you can add it to the chart. The first one is by double clicking, and the second one is by dragging it. So I will demonstrate both in this video. So for here, we'll do double clicking. So I will double click. The indicator is already installed on our platform. By just adding it, you've installed it. This is now the process of adding it to the chart. So to add it, you double click and this window opens for you. Inside here, this is where you now set up the indicator the way you want it to work. It's either you go by the default settings that the indicator came with, or you can twist it to your own need. So on the About page, this is just information about the indicator. You can get this indicator through this indicator I'm using in this video. You can get it from this website. Then here on the common, is important that you allow DLL import. This DLL import is what enables this indicator to communicate with your system resources in order for it to work. If you don't enable it, you might not have a good working indicator on the chart. The next is the input. This is just where all the settings about this indicator is. This is where you do your custom tweaking. You can tweak it the way you want, make some changes based on your strategy. The dependency, you have nothing to do here. Just leave it the way it is. Then for colors, if your indicator comes with color settings, this is where you choose a color that matches your chart or the one that is easy for your eyes. This is where you choose those colors. Then for visualization allow you to control the scope of this indicator. What do I mean by scope of this indicator? I'm talking about the various time frame that this indicator can be shown. Now, as by default, it's going to be shown in all time frame. If your strategy is only on a particular time frame and you don't want this indicator to show up in another time frame, this is where you control it. But if you want to do that, you uncheck all time frame, then choose a particular time frame that you want this indicator to be in, to be showing up. Now, for instance, we are currently on H4, so I will choose H4. And once you are satisfied with this, you click OK. Your indicator is now installed. Now that this indicator installed, I will close my navigator because I have no need for it anymore. I'll close it. Now let's check for the scope. On M1, the indicator won't show up. As you can see, it won't be there. On M5, it's not going to be there. On M13, nothing is going to be there. So this is how you control it. It's only on this time frame that this indicator is going to be. So this enables you to have a clean chart. You don't have to have indicators showing up in our time frame. If your analysis is only on a particular time frame, you make sure and that time frame you require that indicator to do your analysis, you just put that indicator, make the scope to be on that time frame alone. So this is all for MT4. We are going to repeat the process for MT5. So to do that, you go ahead. If you are using MT5 to trade, now this is now the way to do it on MT5. You open your MT5. The process is the same. First, let's have our indicator ready. Now for MT5, I need to unzip it first. So I will unzip it here. So after extracting it, you copy. You close these windows. Then you repeat the process. You come to File. Open Data Folder. MQL5. This is the difference for MT4 is MQL4. For MT5, MQL5. You open. Then Indicators. Then you can now create a folder. Let's call this folder My Indicators. All right. So you open it and you paste. So once you do this, you've added it to your MT5 platform. You close this out. Then you open your navigator again. You go to View, Navigator. Then you go and locate that folder. Now, if you notice here, we don't have our indicator yet. That's because we've not refreshed our MT5 platform. So right click, then refresh. Now our indicator is here. So this is the folder. We open it. Now I told you there are two ways you can install, by double clicking and by dragging. Now we're going to use the second method, which is dragging. So let's drag. You drag it out and you release. So once you drag and release, you now follow the same setup process. For MT5, this is the DLL import is no longer in the common panel. It's no longer in the common tab. It's here. You allow it. Then the common is just about, is the about. So you go to input. Remember the same thing. You make some changes here. Then for colors, you choose your color. Then for visualization, the same. Now for this, let's do this for only 15 minutes. So we'll go to 15 minutes and we uncheck this. Then we go to 15. We only want it on 15 minutes. So we can click OK and we are done. So let me close this navigator. Now we can't find it here because we are currently on M5. So to see it, go to M15. Now this is our indicator here. It's on M15. Now if you do any other time frame, it's not going to be there. So this is just the simplest way to install your indicator on MT4 or MT5. If you encounter error during installation, always check to see if you have your indicator in the right folder. Most of the issue always comes from putting it in the wrong folder. So make sure you have your indicator in the right folder, and also make sure that the indicator you are installing, if it's for MT4, make sure the file extension is either ES4 or MQ4. Don't mess it up. Alright guys, if this video helped you, like the video and subscribe to FS Logic. I will see you in another video.